Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are feeling well. Thank you so much for joining me again for another episode of Encouraging Talks. On today, we are on a new topic. As of yesterday, we are talking about decision fatigue. Decision fatigue comes in a lot of different forms: spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, and psychological. I can never say that word, and in other ways as well. But ultimately, this decision fatigue is not a severe condition. It is the start. It could be the start of a serious condition. Because if you're experiencing decision fatigue, you could have other underlying things going on, such as depression, anxiety, um, and there was another one that I talked about yesterday. But let's not waste any time. Keep it short for those coming back on the replay. Let's see who we got in the building. Hey, Mr. Terry, thanks for coming in. Got all the broadcasts there. I appreciate you. Looking nice, looking nice. Hey, Sissy, good morning. Good to see you. I'm glad you were up. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for sharing. So, hey, Steve, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Let me give myself a thumbs up, and I am ready to jump right in. All right. So, yesterday, I thought it was interesting when we talked about the reasons why. Why does decision fatigue even happen? And, um, what is it? What is it? Why is it? Why does it occur? Why do most people experience it? And they might not even know that they're experiencing it. So the definition of decision fatigue is difficulty in making a good decision experienced as a result of the number of decisions one needs to take. So just simply meaning that you have way too many things on your plate and you cannot make a decision on what to do first, uh, you know, or what to put aside until the next day and things like that. Because most of us who are orderly or try to be orderly. We're writing a list. We got our routine going. Um, most of us know that in order to not be burnout, which there is a difference between decision fatigue and burnout, but in order not to, we got to have that list and we got to make sure that it's checked off. But realistically, everything on that list is not going to get done in that day or maybe even in that week. So just holding ourselves accountable and being aware and just knowing that it's a good thing that I got all this that I need to do. I know what I need to do. I'm in order there, but I don't need to uh, cause myself to go into decision fatigue because I've given myself way too much to do. Hope I didn't just confuse you, but I missed you live. Thank you. I miss seeing you. Thanks so much. Um, so thumbs up. So, like I said, why is it most likely to occur? Because we're making too many decisions in the day, obviously, or how our decisions impact other people, like our maybe our spouse or our children can be impacted. Maybe there's a difficult life situation going on. Uh, Maybe for some reason you feel uncertain about life or about certain things in life. You feel not really knowing which way to go, things like that. All this is going to uh, contribute to having decision fatigue. And also, what's really interesting is if you are a perfectionist, some things, like I used to be, a perfectionist on. Hey, Samira, good morning. Some things I used to be a perfectionist on, that's going to give you decision fatigue as well, because if you're spending too much time on this one thing trying to make it perfect, then how can you move on to the next thing? And how can you reset from that? If you spent so much time trying to make this the new couch cushion perfect, then how can you go get the rug and get it positioned? You don't know where you want to put it, and now you feel a little anxious, right? Yeah, I know. I used to be there. So, let's see. I appreciate you coming in, Samira. I hope you're well. So, today, Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to talk about the signs and the symptoms of decision fatigue, because it happens to a lot of us and we don't even know that it's happening. So, on today, as you can see by the title, we're talking about procrastination, being impulsive, and exhaustion. Procrastination is the number one thing that gets us tripped up. It is the number one thing that is going to keep us from checking off those things on our list. It's going to keep us from even making a list in the first place. And if we didn't have to make, um, so many decisions sometimes, then procrastination wouldn't be an issue. So that's why it's important to give ourselves, some time to complete the things that are on our list that we want to do. Hey, Ernesto, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Frugal Mama, good morning. Thank you for coming in. Trying one day at a time. I know that's right. Look, that's all we can do. And we are imperfect people, right? Living in this imperfect world, uh, trying to get to where we got to get to, right? We're just passing through. But uh, but we got this. So let's see. So if we put off things, okay. So procrastination. Let's just say it could be. What am I trying to say? Maybe it's your vehicle. Maybe you need a oil change on your vehicle, and you put it off, and I mean, eventually that thing is not it's not going to keep running right without the oil change. So why are we going to wait until we have to have an expensive, um, something expensive replaced, instead of just getting that minor little thing taken care of right now? Why are we, so quick to put things on the back burner? Like, it's almost like we think we have time. And I used to think that way as well, but we don't. We don't have time. Like, we always hear that life is short and all those things, but no, life is real short. And when you continue to put things on the back burner, then you'll never see your full potential. Like, for instance, me and making a list, making a routine. It might not look like I have a routine, but I definitely do. And sometimes it's noticed when I have to say, okay, uh, sorry, I'm not gonna go take a walk with the family today because it's dinner time. Things like that. It's kind of, I don't know. It makes the day go by real easy, real easy. Let's see. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to hit the like, decision fatigue. Yeah, absolutely. So if we put decisions off, or if we keep avoiding people, or if we keep avoiding situations, then how are we ever going to make it on the next side, on the out of it, or whatever it is? It could be that, because God is in everything, it could be that He is taking us through this thing right here to build us up so that we can endure, right? Because that's what it's all about. How can we um how can we see the good? How can we see how God gets the glory in something if we never go ahead and do it? If we just keep putting it off, putting it off, and putting it off. So um one of the most common responses to procrastination is decision fatigue. Um have you ever asked your spouse, what do you want for dinner? And they're like, I don't know. whatever you want. It's like, no, I don't know. I don't know. I have no ideas myself. What do you want? And we're going back and forth, right? Well, at this point, both of us are experiencing decision fatigue. It's not that I don't want to help you figure out what's for dinner. It's not that we don't have something to eat, right? It's not that I can't just go make a decision on my own, but we're both experiencing that fatigue. So at that point, it's like a light bulb goes off, and it's like, oh man, okay, you can't decide, I can't decide. Let's just sit here and maybe come to some type of agreement, or we could just sit here in silence until we think about the fact that we're hungry. Just to keep down, um, what am I trying to say? Confusion. Keep down confusion. I try to miss nobody. Okay, so if you're procrastinating, it's because you are just simply tired. We gotta take some things and spread them out. Because sometimes we have a list of stuff that we want to do, and we want to do it all right now, and we just get tired. We got to spread that stuff out. We have to take our rest days, whatever day that is for you. Is you're off for work? Is it a day that you don't have the kids? Is it a day that you don't have any appointments or anything to do? Just relax. It's okay. Because if not, then you're going to suffer from decision fatigue. So then, being impulsive. If you're making decisions all day without taking a second to breathe and actually think about what it is that you're making a decision about, even seeking God before you make that decision, then you're being impulsive. And that means that you're not being careful with yourself. You're not being careful with your choices. You're not being careful with the person that you're speaking to as well. Because let me just say, for instance, myself, uh, there's been times when a friends of mine will say, "Hey, you want to jump on a live together and let's talk about whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that. Let's jump on live at 5 o'clock." Well, 5 o'clock rolls around and I got whatever else going on, or I've simply forgot. So at this point, how have I made that person feel? You know, or I could get up on a Saturday and say, "I'm going to take my breakfast. I'm going to take my family out to breakfast this morning." You know, come on, guys, let's get dressed. Let's go. Well, then I go to breakfast, and I'm like, "Ooh, my money's a little tight. I probably should just go into the grocery store." Now I'd have made my whole family upset. The whole family's like, "What? I thought we were going out to breakfast. What you doing?" That's because I was impulsive. So not only are these decision fatigue signs and symptoms hurting us, it's hurting our family as well. It's hurting our family. Let's go ahead and jump into well, I was gonna say let's go ahead and jump into exhaustion because that's the same thing. Um, you know, if you're exhausted, how can you take care of your kids? You got toddlers, let's say, you got babies. How can you be 100% for them if you're tired? When you could have just simply took that nap. Look, I'm talking to myself as well because I do it all the time. When the kid then took a nap or when they done went down for the night, why won't you just go to sleep? Why you gotta stay up and do whatever you got to do because you're an adult and the kids are quiet or the kids are asleep and the house is quiet and you want to get some things done. I do it all the time. Why can't we just go to sleep? Why are we causing ourselves to be exhausted in such a way that when the next day rolls around or even later in the day rolls around and the kids are on 10, we can't keep up with them. Why can't we match their energy? No, we can't say, "Oh, I'm old. Oh, they're kids. They're just eh." No, we should be able to match their energy. And even if it's not jumping up and down, woohoo, like, no. I mean, it could be, I'm sorry, I just had a visual. It could be as simple as just cheering them on. "Oh, you're doing a good job. Oh, wow, look at that look at that picture you're drawing." Or, "I see you playing hopscotch. You're doing a really good job." Like, instead of just taking our kids outside or, uh, whatever it is that we do, giving them their phone, giving them their iPad, whatever it is they do, we do because we're exhausted and because we just want to sit back and do what we want to do. We want them to chill out. That's not their fault. I mean, that's not fair, you know? Okay, so let's see. Make sure I didn't miss nothing. Yeah, that's right. That is definitely right, Mr. Terry. You got to read the Bible Ecclesiastes. You always say that. I really appreciate you saying that. The Ecclesiastes Moments. That's a good book of the Bible. Good one. Taking a nap, making a list for yourself, reviewing the list are examples of Ecclesiastes moments in your day. Amen. Yes. Taking time out for yourself, being selfish for yourself in such a way that you know that you're going to build yourself up so that you can build your family up, right? Because that's what you do. Either you're the man and you carry the family, or you're the woman and you nurture the family. Either way, we can't be exhausted, or we're no good for our family. We're no good for ourselves. So then if you go back again a little bit to impulsive, impulsive spending, I do it. Sometimes it's not okay. Hey, but let's just say me and my family's going out to the grocery store. Why do I impulsively want to stop and get a burger or a chicken sandwich or something, either on the way to the grocery store or on the way back? Why am I doing that? I'm going to the store to get food to cook in my house. Why am I stopping for something to eat? I'm just, is it just, I'm comfortable in doing it? Is it just repetition? Is it something that I'm just used to doing? It's not okay. And the decision fatigue is making me do that. Why? Because I might have been up early doing this and that. You know, we're parents, we're adults, and we have to do what we have to do. And sometimes we got to get up early, and we just got to go, go, go. So then, at this point, it's time to go to the store. Let's just get a sandwich instead of taking that extra time to just get whatever that we need and go ahead home and cook because I'm exhausted, right? Because I've done too much already that morning. Now, when it's time to go to the grocery store, I then messed up. I sometimes try to start something with them and end up falling asleep. Look, I do that as well. I do that as well. Let me say I did that because, you know, sometimes sometimes it's okay, to do that. I guess it depends on you, how many kids you have, and how old are the kids, and so on and so forth. But with mine, sometimes I can just go in the room with them and lay in the floor, right? And they're in there chilling, doing whatever they're doing, and I'll just take me a little Z real quick. There's nothing wrong with that. What, maybe about 20 minutes or something. And next thing I know, here comes a little one. She's jumping all over me. She ain't gonna give me no more than that. But why am I taking that little nap? Because I didn't get the proper rest. But why are we not getting the proper rest? What are we doing? And I'm not saying, that we have to know verbatim what are you doing, but that's just something to think about for yourself. I think personally, what really messed me up a while ago was sleeping in. Just sleeping in just really just took a lot of hours of my day. It took a lot of my energy because it seemed like by the time I woke up, I was just so tired because I slept so long. So now I gotta get up. Like I think it's very important to get up early in the day, as early as you can. If I were you, I'd pray to God to for direction, right, to see, or for Him to even give you strategy on how to make that happen in your life. That's number one thing is get up early. Beat the kids awake. You can get some things done before they're awake. So then when they are awake, then you can spend some time with them and you cannot be, uh, you know, when the kids wake up, you want to go clean the bathroom. No, you should have done that while they were asleep. So now you can spend some time with them. It just depends on who they are, how old they are. You know, mine just turned 4 and 12. So My 4-year-old, I still got to keep an eye on her because she likes to get into everything. But for the most part, I don't have to. She's not a baby or anything anymore. But I still got to give her attention often throughout the day because if I don't, she will make it known. She will make it known, whether it be whining or acting out. She might be doing something that she's not supposed to be doing. Why? Because I've drifted off and not given her my full attention. Okay, let's see. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely, I don't know, that just takes me back to, right, because, most of you know that I attend virtual church. And for the last probably a couple months now, the pastor has been coming with a message from God, and his message has been there's no time to wait. Do it now. Make a plan. Write it down. Make it plain. Like, what are we doing with our time? And if I don't know. I just feel like we do have enough time in a day to do what we need to do. I just feel that's how I feel. But we all have our different opinions. We have our different way of life. But it's just like me, I had to figure out what was I doing to waste my time to make me feel so overwhelmed and so tired over here on these other areas. What was I doing? That's just and then I had to pray. I had to pray real hard. I had to ask God to show me so that I can get down to the bottom of it. So I can get down to the bottom of it. There's enough time in the day. What are we doing with our time? And that's just straight up, straight up. So let's see. You give yourself time to clear your mind before you have to attend your day. Amen. Because and waking up early is gonna what as well get you that relationship with Christ. You're gonna have that time with God. You're gonna be able to pray. You're gonna be able to just breathe. And that's gonna set the tone for the day. Doing that, you're asking God for strength, you're asking God for guidance, you're asking God for strategy. Uh, you're making your list for the day. You're speaking you're speaking good things over your day. You're speaking life into yourself as you are sitting in silence and listening to God as well, whether it be reading, listening to music, or you can just be in silence. Wake up early. Try that. And just, try it. Let me know how it works. Just mm, I feel I feel it in my spirit that he's doing some things that are big, you know. And he speaks to me. He speaks to all of us, right? The same way. It's just are we going to slow down enough to hear him? And what he's saying is that we gotta, you know, we gotta prepare. We gotta prepare. We have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare our children. We have to prepare our everything, everything around us. We need to be prepared as far as living by the fruits of the spirit. I'm not talking about building up your money, building up the food in your cab. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about living the fruits of the spirit, the loving, the forgiveness, the all the good things. God is saying prepare. And you're going to find all that in the Word of God, in the Bible. And if you don't know where to go, Google it because Google is my best friend. I need to know how to be more patient. I'm going to Google it. If I need to know how to be better with my money, I'm going to Google it. It's all in the Bible. But God says prepare. So if you're here listening to me, I love you and I just want what is best for you. We are helpers of one another. Let us build each other up in Christ because God's coming back. So, hey, as I'm speaking to you, as I'm speaking to myself, no more excuses. We got to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's go. And if you need help, I'm here. I'm reading the Bible on this channel every day at 7:30. Right now, we're almost through the New Testament. and there's no rush. I mean, it's powerful. And right now, God's about to take us to Revelation. And that's a powerful book. And it's going to tell us about what we're living in right now, today. It's true. God said we got to get ready. So I love you guys, and I hope you have the best rest of your day. Let's go on over to Frugal Mama and see what she has going on. Tomorrow we'll talk about more signs and symptoms of decision fatigue. And I pray that you were encouraged today. Leave me a comment afterwards and let me know what you think. Stay blessed and have a good day. Bye bye.